A hermit crab tossed a piece of candy into the air, opened its mouth, and waited for it to fall down. But the candy fell too slowly. The hermit crab was extremely timid and got scared, and instantly pulled back into its shell. It peeked its eyes out and cautiously looked around. After making sure it was safe, it suddenly rushed out to grab the candy. At that moment, it noticed another piece of candy up ahead. This greedy little crab gathered its courage and rushed over, wanting to eat it. Suddenly, a large patch of seaweed drifted down. The hermit crab was terrified and began frantically waving its claws. Before it could even catch its breath, a shark's shadow appeared on the ground. Frightened, pulled back into its shell again. No matter how hard it tried to escape, that shark kept closely following it. In the chaos of trying to save its life, it even lost its own shell, and had no choice but to crawl into a nearby shell. But that shell bounced it straight out. Only then did it finally see clearly. The shark that had been frightening it all along was actually just a piece of seaweed. The hermit crab let out a sigh of relief and kicked the shell off its foot, but without meaning to, bumped into a nearby sea urchin. The sea urchin immediately started rolling toward it. The hermit crab ran for its life once more. When it crossed over a trench, it was already so exhausted that it almost fell in. The bottom of the trench was full of sea urchins. In a panic, the hermit crab struggled to swim upward, but in the end it collapsed from complete exhaustion. Luckily, it landed on a patch of seaweed. The seaweed carried it back to the shell from earlier. That shell still mercilessly bounced it away, but it was precisely because of that impact that it accidentally returned to the very home that had originally belonged to it. At last, the timid hermit crab could finally rest in peace.